We back, y'all. So unless you guys have been living under a rock, you guys know that the show Euphoria is blowing up. It's all over my timeline right now. I'm pretty sure you guys could relate to that. It's just going crazy right now. So I decided to binge watch this show like the past 3 or 4 days. I literally have not made any music. I've been eating like crap, bro. I'm gonna come clean right now. I've DoorDashed like 3 times a day, spent like $100 on food the past couple days, like just binge watching. It's not good, it's unhealthy, but I'm just coming clean to y'all. Basically what caught my attention from this series is definitely the soundtrack. Don't quote me on this, but I think Drake has like co-produced this, so like he picked out a lot of the songs that are used in it. And yeah, so I just feel like they really nailed it. And as soon as I started watching the show, I just heard stuff that I was like, damn, I kind of want to sample that. So today I'm going to be showing you how I took something from it and made something completely crazy out of it. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Also, if you guys want any of the sounds that I use in my videos, definitely check down the link down below. It has the link to all my kits. I appreciate everyone that's been copying. Also, if you guys want to collab with me via Zoom, just DM me on Instagram. There is limited spots, so if you guys are interested in it, just let me know, and I'll reply to you. So yeah, with that being said, let's get straight into it. So I picked this one sample from the show. It's by Labyrinth. I think I'm pronouncing that right, and the song is called Forever. I think this is played in multiple episodes of the first season, or it's just played in one episode. I don't know. I just thought it was super crazy and I really wanted to change it into something. So I'm gonna play you guys the final product, and then I'm gonna go ahead and break down what I did to this. So this is how this loop sounds after all the effects, after everything and all that. So I'm gonna just let that play for a little bit. So yeah, as you guys could see, crazy sounding sample. I love this one, and as soon as I heard the song, I knew I wanted to do something with it. So I'm just gonna be breaking down what I did. So the first thing I heard was the original sample. I'm gonna play this without any effects, literally just dry. And what I did was I picked the start of the song, and then some parts in the middle. And what's good about this, it was already on time, so I didn't have to do anything crazy. But this is how the original sample sounds. Due to copyright, also I just pitched it up one. If you guys want to listen to the original one, just look up this song, and you guys could hear the original version. But I just pitched it up one so I don't get copyrighted and taken down by the CEO of the government of the CIA. So I also chose this part of the sample, which has a little bit more of the counter vocals in it. That's basically like this with the counter vocals. It just has some percussive elements, and then as well as a piano in it. And you guys could hear there's also like a guitar or something in it. But with the processing, I basically just got what I put on a lot of my stuff. I literally just got some bit crush, turned it up to 15.8, got some Valhalla Verb, and then some Fruity EQ, just to EQ out some of the lows from it and just make it sound a little more vintage, and just unique. Just add some like echo to it. It really cleans it up and just makes it sound a little more unique. So I'm gonna be breaking down all the layers that I added onto this. So with this kit, a lot of the sounds from it, I've used my new Activate SERUM bank that is live on WAVSUPPLY now. So if you guys want to go check that out, definitely go check it out. So I first started off with this bell from my SERUM kit. It's called the Agony Bell. I drew out some of the chords just to follow the vocals of the melody, and I chopped them up so it sounds like this. So yeah, so I started off with that. Just it sounded really cool, just fit right in with it. Then I used the one shot from the kit. It's like a synth. So basically what I did was I copied the chords, except I didn't do little stabs and chops in it. It's just straight chords. So this is what that sounds like. So in this, I have a lot of effects on it. I have some Valhalla delay. I also have a shaper box, Valhalla reverb, some can opener, and then rev intensity, which is super fire. And with this, I used one of the drag and drop effects. So I literally just dragged it onto this and it sounded like that. So it sounded super crazy. So after I got that, I got this pad from the bank and it sounded like this. So super fire. I didn't really need to add any processing really. I just added a compressor just to make it a little louder, as well as some reverb. So yeah, nothing really crazy with that. So the next thing I did, I added a plug from the SERUM bank. It's the aspect plug, and basically what I did was I copied over the chords, except I hit Alt A on the computer, which arps it and just gives it a cool pattern. And basically I made it just arp really fast, so it sounds like this. So with this sound, I added some delay eternity, which gives it that little tail at the end, and then some reverb just to make it sound a little more airy. I literally add reverb on everything. You guys already know the vibes. After that, this is a pretty cool part of the sample that I like. I got this lead from the SERUM bank, but except this time I didn't use it necessarily as a lead. It's more of like a transition into other switch ups of the sample. So this is how it sounds alone. So for the first part, I wanted it to do kind of like a fade in with the volume, but for some reason, as you guys should know, in SERUM, you can't really change the volume when you change velocities. So a trick with SERUM, what I like to do, I go to the control and then I go to channel volume. And you kind of have to do a little weird drawing, but if you zoom in and you get the little pencil tool and just draw out how you want it to automate in, you could do some cool stuff. So I just made it fade in. So as you can see, it starts from really low to really high. And then the second one, I just left it regular volume. But yeah, so that's what I did just to transition into stuff. And then finally, I added this just a normal keyscape piano. I believe this is the cinematic piano in Omnisphere, if it'll load up without crashing my computer. Yeah, it's an Alley Custom 7, the softest piano. So basically what I did was I just drew out the chords and made them sound like this. Yeah, so I just drew it out with the simple piano. Didn't really do anything to it in terms of processing, just kept it really bare and dry. When I brought it out to the actual the channel, when I was arranging it, I polished it up a little bit. So what I did was I took certain elements of the sample and I post-processed it. So basically, after I had everything rendered out as a wave, I took some of the sounds and made them unique in a way. So I'm going to break it down a little bit. One of the synths from the loop, after I rendered it out as a wave, I took it and further processed it for the first part of the sample. So that alone sounds like this. So that sounds super crazy. All I added was a tremolator, some reverb, and a crystallizer, the Dole 23 echoes, just to give it some like crazy feel to it. I also added this little like effect riser thingy in the first switch up of the sample. Basically, it's the lead that I added that looks like this with the transitions, but except I took it and then I reversed it. So now it sounds like this. So yeah, that sounds super crazy when it's played with the actual sample. I also added like a small texture from the kit. It's just like a little like, I guess like ear candy that plays in the background. I'm gonna turn it up so you guys can hear it a little more. So yeah, basically just a cool little texture. I also added some perk loops. Just to kind of complement the actual sample and just give it more of a cadence and bounce. Damn, I forgot to include this, bro. That's crazy. We'll just add it in right here. So then another thing I added is this crazy sounding arpish kind of like lead that follows the chord. So it sounds like this after processing. Okay, so basically what this is, I'm gonna break it down in the actual channel. Just like the other synth that I arpeggiated, this one is arpeggiated as well. I just made it super fast, so it's like a bunch of like little notes just like stabbing, and then as well as like a long chord. And what I did with it, I put some love filter on it, some delay, and some reverb. Don't sleep on those stock plugins, I promise you guys, they're crazy. So yeah, so that just like kind of touches up the loop and just adds a little bit more ear candy. In this loop, there's just like a lot of stuff going on throughout it all. After everything's stacked on top of it, everything, it should sound like this. Okay, yeah, so with that being said, that's pretty much everything just layered on top of each other, and how I flipped a Euphoria sample into something crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna make a beat out of it. So yeah, so now that I finished the actual sample, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start some simple drums on this. So what I'm gonna do is should I make a beat? Should I make a beat? Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a beat. So I'm gonna export it and render it into its own project file. So the original speed of this is 160. Depending what the bounce is with the drums, like I'm gonna go ahead and change it up just depending on the feel of it. So I'm gonna use my stash kit. I love using this kit just because it has some of my favorite sounds in it. I think I'm gonna use the roll hi-hat. So yeah, so now that we have a bounce going on, I'm gonna go into Chemix kit. Shout out to Chemix. He has some of the craziest kits, some of my favorite kits to this date. I use a lot of this stuff in his kits. So I think I'm gonna set this to stretch, and then I'm gonna actually speed up the tempo. Maybe it's like 167. So with the 808s, I'm gonna go ahead and do something else. I'm gonna try to get maybe 2 808s in there. So as you can see, I did some kind of crazy bounce with the 808s. I actually have 3 different types of 808s going on. So it just kind of added like a little bit of unique of like a balance. So with that being said, I'm gonna keep filling up the beat, seeing what else it needs. So the hi-hat rolls, I'm gonna add some reverb to it. And what I like to do is I turn down the mix and the decay. Maybe add a little bit of big crush to it. Alright y'all, so that's pretty much how I sampled Euphoria into making a crazy loop and beat. So with that being said, if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe what you guys want to see next. I appreciate all the love you guys have been showing. We're back with consistent videos. And yeah, we're just going crazy this year. I appreciate the love you guys have been showing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So hope you enjoyed. Peace.